Welcome back. It's the TV mega hit launching its 18th season next week. Yes, Strictly Come Dancing is back with former champion ballroom dancer Shirley Ballas returning for her fourth series as head judge.
Yes, she's just released her new book, Behind the Sequins, My Life, which takes us behind the curtain on the Strictly phenomenon, as well as revealing her personal struggles. Shirley Ballas, you're very welcome to Ireland AM. Good morning to you.
Morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Simon. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning to you. This book, it has to be said, Shirley, is a light and shade. There's tragedy, there's happiness, there's sequence, there's glamour. There's a little bit of everything. But if I can go back to part of your CV that is just incredibly impressive. By the age of 21, you had won nearly every major title you competed in, and you're still the youngest ever female to reach the British Open to the World Dance Championship final. Quite an incredible CV, Shirley.
Yes, that was a meteoric rise with my first husband. But the next part of the journey, when I go from winning all that at such a young age, was right back to the beginning when I got with my second husband and partner, who was a beginner. And so winning in 83, going back all the way to the first round in 84, to win again in 1995 against my ex-husband was... that was the journey. That was the real journey I felt in my life.
That's quite a unique journey. So you're the only woman to win it with two male partners.
Correct.
As Anna mentioned, Shirley, you know, it's quite an incredible story, your journey, your career to date, and it's still at its height, still so successful. When you sat down to write the book, did you find it cathartic at all, you know, or was it difficult revisiting some of the more difficult phases in your life?
Well, first of all, it took me about a year to decide. I got asked if I would write it, and I said no several times. And then I thought, okay, this could be, like you said, a journey where I could heal on some points that were in the book. I found it to be a very difficult write and an even more difficult read. I felt like I was reading about somebody else's life. So all in all, it was... there was some therapeutic moments in there for me. I mean, so much so that I decided to go back into counselling to deal with some things in my past I hadn't dealt with. So I guess that opening Pandora's box, if you like, and writing the book is helping me to seek help in order to help myself, really.
That's very honest. And it can't be an easy thing to go back and revisit. The likes of your brother's suicide, marriage breakdowns, they're not easy things to write about.
It was extremely difficult to face. It was such a tragedy when my brother died because nobody knew anything about mental health back then. And we were just my mother, myself and my brother, the three of us. You know, she was a single parent with two children. And when we lost him, I lost my father figure, I lost my brother, I lost my best friend. And of course, my mother lost her son who she lived with. They were very, very, very close. So, and we blamed ourselves for many, many, many years, you know, also both had to seek help for that. But that was very tragic and how we've dealt with it. But now, of course, being on Strictly, having a platform for mental health, I feel like I've been able to go on and help other people. Plus, in return, other people help me. So there is some beauty in that journey with my brother there.
Shirley, let's talk about the juggernaut that is Strictly. And I'd love to get inside your mind in terms of the moment when you decided you were going to join the show, because not only are you joining, you know, BBC's flagship show, but you're taking over from a national institution, Len, as head judge. What was your thinking behind going in to do the show? And also, were you nervous? I mean, you are very well respected within the industry. You're a, you know, multi-decorated dancer and coach. Your opinion was always well respected. But were you nervous at all about taking over and joining the show?
Well, first of all, the beauty of that is I never was going for that show. My son gave me a little push to audition because I have no TV experience. So to get a job at 57 years of age was really quite unheard of, to go into TV. And the only reason I went there was because I was getting so much bullying in the industry that I was in. And I went for the first audition. It wasn't very good. I got a second opportunity, which went much better. And then I finally got the job, and I was like everybody else, in shock, you know. So I never tried to fill Len's shoes. He was my teacher and good friend from when I was probably about 15. But I did put my little slippers next to his big shoes. I never tried to fill his shoes, just my own. It was the most nerve-wracking experience standing back there. I mean, I can identify being a dance competitor with all the celebrities that always have to go on the show. But it was particularly nerve-wracking for me because there was cameras, camera A, camera B, look here, hold the paddle, press this, do that, walk in those stiletto heels, get there on time. There was so many things going on. It was quite scary.
That's a great description of it, actually. So what can we expect from Strictly? It's back with a bang and lots of glitter balls, but in a very different way in order to make it safe for everyone involved. So what's it going to look like, and what changes are we looking at this season?
Well, the changes happen constantly all the time, but I do believe that we are going to have small audiences, so bubbles from different families, perhaps as of last week. And we've all had the rules and regulations through. And what I absolutely love about the BBC is that they follow every guideline to the T. So I'll be going there on a Saturday feeling totally safe. Everybody's bubbling, everybody's wearing masks and visors and Lord knows what else, and even spacesuits probably, but never mind. It's going to be absolutely the most magnificent show because they're so creative. So where we fall and don't have the live audience, then Strictly has come with their creativity, and they're going to give you a show that's beyond all shows. Really interested, actually, to see what the public thinks.
In terms of the judging process, Shirley, I mean, do you find it difficult to, you know, not root for somebody in particular? Because I'm sure you love, like the rest of us, and we all love that fact of following people's journey and watching them get better week after week after week. But do you find it also, particularly because there's celebrities involved, that maybe you can't be as honest as you want to be? Or do you think it's better for them if I tell them, no, that's not the correct way to do it, this is what you're missing? How do you approach your way of judging?
Well, first of all, like I said, with all my journey, and of course, in the past, some people in my industry can hear the doorbell going. Some people in my industry have always had favourites, and I sometimes think I lost major championships because people were just used to marking this one or that one. So I always swore if ever I got to judge anything that was major, I would always be honest. So I try to give them on their journey some critical information that will help them, but in a positive way that makes them feel that they can do it. I have to balance the two. It's not the British Open to the World Dance Championships. It's not a world championship. It's Strictly, and they've got a short amount of time to get their things together. And to tell you the truth, I'm flabbergasted every week and marvel in the splendor of what they bring week in and week out. So my job, I'm very, very unbiased. I do not pick any favorites at all. I just judge what is in front of me and try to critique it in a way that they have hope. I like to give people hope in their journey. Yeah,
I think you're always constructive and always fair, which is so important. And I think that's testament to you having gone through the process yourself, Shirley. So Bruno won't necessarily be on the panel. He will come in via Skype. Is that right?
Yes, he'll come in on the result shows. I'm going to miss his flailing arms for sure. I'm going to miss those. He's got arms like an octopus. I mean, they are so long. I'm going to miss him. I've known him for 14 years through Dancing with the Stars when my children were on that show in America, and he's a good friend of mine. I'll miss him, but I do believe he will join us on the last few shows when Dancing with the Stars finishes.
Fantastic. Okay. So we get our fix of Bruno as well. Listen, Shirley, congratulations on the book. It's an incredible journey and beautifully written. Thanks for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Shirley. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Now, Shirley's book, Behind the Sequins, My Life, is available in all good bookshops now.
Now, up next, one for parents-to-be. We have this season's top baby products after this quick break.